One thing I will say is I haven't seen JoJo lose to a Pikachu in a while. Like he's, if I recall, especially this season, he's up on H4 with the last 3 sets they played. So pretty solid. Aloha, ultimately a different player, different beast. Let's see if he can bring something a little different to the table. Shake up JoJo just a bit. Can we hop into the first game? Small battlefield. Alright. Aloha drawing first blood, but ultimately not going to get anything more than a T-Jolt. JoJo, though, trying to set up for the positioning. Gets the up out of shield on the whip. Not going to capitalize off of it too hard is the nature of getting a low percent neutral win. Ooh, just off-cycling for the pummel. Probably one of the grab release on the retreating boomerang. Not going to get quite the hit he wanted, though. And just like was anticipated, JoJo going to be hanging back a little bit, just trying to hold on to this lead. Aloha going to find an opening for his troubles, though. Ooh, I think JoJo probably wanted to go for a ledge jump of some kind there. Going to mess it up just a little bit, but not going to be punished for his troubles. Ooh, and just avoiding Aloha. Aloha trying to kind of shadow him out there, and even like throwing out a few moves, trying to hit him, but JoJo just drifting away from all of it. Ain't having none of that. Aloha, he's been finding hits here and there, but he's been struggling to kind of close the gap, whereas JoJo has just held on to this lead. Excellent reaction to that air dodge in. Oh my goodness. Gets the parry on the quick attack and gets an all smash off of it? Oh my goodness. JoJo is cooking. Going to pull ahead in this game and drawing the first blood on stock count, so I think that's going to be huge going into this game. I'm going to wait with the up throw, probably trying to mix up JoJo's DI just a little bit. Ultimately, not going to get the up throw thunder, and JoJo just pulling ahead in percent right now, another 50. And meanwhile, he's barely crossed the threshold of 100%. And avoiding these T-Jolts in excellent fashion. He's just been navigating through those, and again, Aloha struggling to find an opening. Oh my goodness, the T-Jolt just going straight over a Toon Link there. Maybe it was a good decision not to drink his milk. But, oh, gets the stage spike off of the bomb into the nair. Not going to get a kill off of it, but still some solid percent nonetheless. And JoJo just making it hard to catch him right now. Ooh, all right, he was trying to play a game of chicken. Ultimately, Aloha going to come on top, but despite taking JoJo's first stock, JoJo going to be taking his second in turn, and this is a big lead. Going to get the back air. Ooh, solid conversion into the up air, but not going to get too much more for it. Gets the thunder off the thunder stall. And he's slowly making his way back in, but right as I say that, JoJo finding an opening of his own and getting 50% off of it. Oh my goodness. It really does seem like overall, JoJo's been making just a little bit more of his openings overall. Just not needing to win nearly as many neutral interactions. Despite winning that many more, you're going to be getting the palm into the dare. Some serious coverage coming out from JoJo. We're going to be taking game one pretty dominant fashion. That was, honestly, I feel like a lot of what JoJo is really good at is, like, even when he puts himself in quote-unquote unfavorable situations, he's just really good at covering himself. Like, he is hard to catch in disadvantage. Like, even when you should be trying to chase Toon Link's landing, like, so you know, JoJo has, like, a bomb, and then he'll drop it underneath him, and you just can't hit that space. You're going to get hit by the bomb unless you can, like, catch it or something. So, let's see if Aloha can make any adaptations going into this game, too. Opting for Town, alright. I don't disagree with this pick. I think overall, Pikachu going to have a little bit more X factor with the closer side blast zone, so if he does end up getting one of those combos that carries off the side, could mean a lot more for Pikachu, but ultimately also just going to give both characters a lot more space. I think that's beneficial for whoever gets the lead, which it seems like JoJo, once again, going to take a little bit of an early lead. Aloha trying to answer back, though. Keeping it a little bit closer. And, oh, JoJo almost got stretchered there. definitely gonna hold on to the bomb that time. Not gonna immediately release it like last game. Again, just covering his landing with the bomb, disengaging. Ooh, gets the up tilt in that situation. Just sneaking it in there. Trying to keep Aloha on his toes, has him off stage. Aloha going to win his way back on the stage, but JoJo immediately just like back to threaten. Aloha, I will say, is keeping this first stock a lot closer than last game. But I do still think it's going to really come down to whoever takes this first stock. So Aloha finally pulling ahead in percent. Trying to close out the stock. And, oh, I think the bomb may or may not have saved JoJo there. But either way, Aloha going to seal out that stock and takes the stock lead for the first time this set. Let's see if he can capitalize off it a little harder. Not going to get anything off of that trip. And JoJo trying to answer back quickly. A little overzealous with the up B, but the idea is there. He wants Aloha dead. Oh, again, filling a ledge jump, but not going to get punished for it at all. And the threat is still there. Oh, all right. Punishes the Thunderstall. Trying to catch a ledge option with the up B, but Aloha going to be immediately rolling on the stage, so not going to get hit despite the low invincibility. JoJo trying to catch a jump out of the corner, and again, that is just the nature of this matchup. It's really hard for whoever has to play from behind. That said, JoJo going to be finding that stock with the up smash. Doesn't matter if it's sour. Pika is at 150 is dying to basically anything. But Aloha still holding on to this lead and keeping JoJo in the air. Again, just keeping him off of him. And ultimately, probably the name of the game. He wants to limit the interactions as much as possible and find the openings where he can. That said, though, I feel like Aloha's definitely going in a little more than you'd expect when he has the lead, but definitely being smart about how he takes space and only going in when he feels like he's safe. And JoJo content to just sit back. He knows he has time, but he is also still trying to find some way to get any damage right now. Both players content to just wait for their opening. Let me say, Aloha going to be staying on top of JoJo. The pressure is there. They're getting the bomb fair, though. Gets the second forward on the quick attack. Gets the ledge jump. Not going to get the up B. And he is without a jump, so... Oh, well, I lied. He did have a jump, and he's going to make it back. And suddenly, in spite of the percents, honestly, this is pretty much even. If Aloha gets hit any bad position, he could very well lose the stock. And... yeah, this is basically an even game. Whoever gets like the next big hit is going to probably take this off. And JoJo just threatening with his movement alone. And the recognition, knowing Aloha was going to go for the grab and jumping over it and forward airing. Just juggling himself in the air right now with these bombs. Oh my god, what is he doing? Whatever he's doing, it's working. He's in Aloha's head right now. Again, just... he's just bombing himself. What is he doing? Alright. Now he's chucking him at Aloha. Come at me, bud. You know you want to. Almost dying to that up air, but JoJo just stalling again with the bomb. Going to get forward air for his troubles, though. And honestly, just having fun with it. Alright, has Aloha on the ledge right now. Gets the L smash out of the corner. Ooh, getting the back here. Not going to get a big conversion, but JoJo going to dare out of disadvantage, and Aloha's definitely just keeping him there. Not going to react to the platform retreat, though. And JoJo's suddenly having a much harder time landing, but so far this game is pretty much even. Aloha with a slight percent lead, but do have to keep in mind, though, clock is at 1:30, so this has been a long match for sure. So each hit that either player gets is pretty important. Like, as the clock ticks down, each hit does become that much more important. And JoJo slowly trying to close the gap with the percent right now. Aloha does have a 30% lead. JoJo, if he can get 1 or 2 solid hits, can even it up. But Aloha not making it easy, almost dying to that forward air. Going to get back on stage though. Ooh,
Likelihood of it mattering. Likelihood of it mattering is low, but there is 50 seconds left on that clock. Oh my gosh.
Not sure if that dare was intentional or not, but maybe he was just expecting Aloha to like try and chase him off stage there, but Aloha ended up retreating, didn't want to overextend. Aloha's going to be taking game 2, 50 seconds left on the clock. Looks like we're going to be going to Battlefield for JoJo's counter pick. Ultimately, I understand this pick. It makes it a little bit harder for Pikachu to just spam full hop T-Jolt. A little bit harder with the platforms in the way. Meanwhile, JoJo can kind of just set up camp underneath one of those platforms. So we'll see how much that comes into play. Trying to dash tech through it. Not going to get the hit he wants though. Again, trying to maybe clip Aloha with the up B, but Aloha is just taking an early lead this game. Alright, the bomb going to blow up though. And JoJo going to make it back to the ledge and on stage, but Aloha has just kind of keeping him in disadvantage. Winning interaction after interaction, and JoJo is back off stage yet again. Covers the ledge grab. Ooh, tries to get a tech chase, not going to react to the tech in. But Aloha working with a fat lead right now. That said, if there's anyone that can play the war of attrition, it's JoJo. He's probably been in more timeout sets than anyone, barring maybe JD. But that said, he does have a bit of a hill to climb in terms of percent. And I will say another thing that kind of makes matches last a long time, as I was going to say, is just having a hard time taking stocks, but right as I say that, Aloha going to be taking JoJo's next stock. And honestly, JoJo's kind of having trouble establishing anything right now. Finally getting some damage, but alright. JoJo, he's slowly but surely finding these hits, and he's climbing his way back. Alright, not going for the preemptive up B this time. Opting to just reacting. Ooh, good bait on the short hop back air. The Tomahawk shield coming into play. That's definitely some magic knowledge if you've ever seen it. Aloha, however, just kind of keeping him in the vortex. Ooh, really good up air to kind of send him off stage, and if that's going to do it, oh my goodness. Aloha taking an early stock.
This is a different game for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Just Aloha playing like a different beast today. Again, JoJo not going to be getting anything off the ledge from, but crouching with the up smash. Frame 1 crouch, by the way. All right, JoJo doing a little bit more of those mind games. Open the shield. But he's got to figure something out if he wants to stay in this game. Aloha, again, just kind of on top of him. But what I will say is that JoJo's definitely been finding a lot more hits. It seems like, in spite of the fact that Aloha has been winning a lot of these interactions, he is kind of slipping up in disadvantage a little bit. So we'll see if that does come into play any more. All right, JoJo trying to just slowly tack on this percent, maybe find an early stock. We do have another 4 minutes on the clock, so let's see if this game goes the distance. JoJo again just opting to cover himself with that big dare hitbox. Tries to catch Aloha's landing onto the platform, not going to get anything for his trouble. Yeah, Aloha's just not running in unnecessarily anymore. JoJo trying to kind of stay at this mid-range. Only really striking when he feels like he's guaranteed a hit. Finally finding the bomb, not going to convert off of it, unfortunately. Ooh, covers the air dodge in from Aloha, though. Ooh, and gets the forward air on Aloha's forward air, funnily enough, and this is last stock, but JoJo does have that mountain to climb still. He has closed the gap just a little bit, but he's really got to dig deep for this game. Aloha, again, not making it easy. He just T-jolting from across the stage, and especially from the corner, there's not a whole lot that JoJo can do to kind of like contest that. Those platforms, when Toon has the lead, does make it harder for T-jolt to kind of like go in, but it also in turn makes it harder to approach, I think, when Pikachu's able to abuse the holes between the platforms. That said, JoJo, he's finding percents. He's definitely at a percent where if one solid conversion into like a ledge trap, right? This is optimal positioning. He's poised to take the stock if he can just keep Aloha in the corner. That said, Aloha finding his way back to center. JoJo having to find a way to land again. Ooh, okay. I guess another empty land. And this game is even. This is anyone's game. If JoJo can find a solid hit. Forward air. Ooh, tries to get the up air. Not going to hit the first one, but the second one going to find its way into Aloha. Still in the percent lead back. We can just close out with this ledge trap. Ooh. This is anyone's game. Oh, misses the punish on the dash check on shield. And Aloha going to be clutching out that game. Aloha up 2-1. That was honestly a nail biter. I feel like Aloha played really good at the beginning. JoJo definitely making some clear adaptations about halfway into that game. Was almost able to steal it back, but Aloha just going to be clutching it up in the end. But that said, we do still have another game to work with. Let's see if JoJo can find his way back into the set. Opting to run it back. Don't disagree with the pick overall, I think, especially with the adaptations that were made. He could definitely find victory this time. All right. Being a little bit more careful when he is off stage. Waiting. Oh my goodness, the wait. JoJo trying to get in his head. You saw the teabag. Trying to take advantage of like any tilts or mind games that he can get. Any advantage, mental included. All right, Aloha starting to flub just a little bit, but does not matter. He is still going to get that damage, and suddenly JoJo's at 100. And gets thundered, untechable too, and Aloha answering right back. An explosive first two stocks. Honestly, the last thing I expected from either of these characters and either of these players, but we do know that they both have it in them. If those first two stocks weren't any indication. And JoJo going to be holding on to his double jump. And still staying ahead in spite of that explosive stock from Aloha. And honestly, feels like the momentum has shifted just a little bit. And just sneaks the forward air in there. And just dominant stock after dominant stock from both players. Oh my goodness. All right, Aloha going to find his way back on stage. Not going to expect for his troubles this time, but he is having a hard time tracking JoJo down. All right, opting to land on the top platform. Ooh, all right, Aloha going to punish that dare. Not going to punish that one, though. Going to get hit by it. Taking a little bit of percent for his trouble, but still holding on to this advantage. Right as I say that, JoJo sneaking his way back in. Perhaps a little bit of a movement flub. Speaking of flubs, though. And that was a brutal SD from Aloha. Honestly, he was playing pretty good for most of that game. JoJo might have gotten in his head just a little bit, though. And it is game 5. In the SR, so I don't think we can go back to Battlefield unless they decide a gentleman to it. But if I had to guess, Aloha's probably going to be taking him to a different stage. If I recall correctly, we were actually using the new Bellingham rule set. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, please. Appreciate it. But I know Holobashin is on the table. Probably a better idea, I think, for Aloha than the Final Destination would be. Ultimately, I think it's probably a comfortability thing at this point more than anything. I feel like no matter what, either character with a lead is just going to kind of define the matchup. But that said, I'm almost willing to bet that JoJo banned FD. And JoJo actually listing off the stages for Aloha right now, so he's trying to see what he can work with. Opting to go to Smashville. I think ultimately this might work in Pikachu's favor just a little bit more. Going to be making it easier to catch Toon Link obviously wanting to opt for that mid-range, whereas Pikachu definitely wants to try and get in a little bit more. Both players locking in for the final game of the set. Alright, JoJo kind of just moving around a little bit. Aloha going to find his opening, but giving JoJo an opportunity to pull bomb. Not going to get anything off of it. We're punishing the whiff fair though. Again, the punish, there's the parry on the quick attack. That's definitely some matchup familiarity if you've never seen it. Ooh, alright, gets the F tilt. And gets the boomerang forward air. And going for the swag arrow, as we might know it. Ooh, tries to clip him with the fair and almost does. Tries to catch a preemptive panic option with the up B. Not going to get anything for his doubles and taking a little bit of percent. Ooh, getting the ultra up air, knocking the sweet spot, but still almost taking the stock with that. Tries to get a nair on the neutral get up. I'll smash out of shield. Again, not quite the hit he wants, but getting the up B. Oh my goodness, just calling that out. And JoJo going to be taking the stock lead. Looking poised to take game 5. Ooh, the weight too. Just a threatening movement from JoJo. Trying to get some exceptions, and oh my goodness, the back hit of Hero Spin just flipping and scooping. Alright, again, just staying on top of Aloha. I don't think he's been hit this stock. He's cooking. Throwing out the F smash, not going to get punished. Aloha is just trying to find his way back onto the stage. He's just not able to respond. JoJo up B's out of shield. Still, I don't think he's been hit a single time this stock. Trying to get the preemptive conversion into the up B. Keeping his double jump though. Aloha trying to get the frame trap. And oh my goodness, SDing. Not a good look. Only getting 1 or 2 solid hits that entire stock. And JoJo gets the down air. 3 stock. Game 5. JoJo takes the set. What a finish. You cannot be feeling good about that if you're a little, oh my goodness. But JoJo going to be sitting pretty in winner's side grands. But that said, I think Aloha played fantastic for a majority of that set. Game 5 was just kind of a series of unfortunate events. JoJo going to be capitalizing. 'Tis the nature of competition. But either way, we're going to be moving on for the rest of the tournament. Honestly, I think Aloha especially capitalized off of those edge guards while in advantage. And oh my goodness, that nail biter at the end. I still am not over how explosive that finish was for that game. And JoJo going for the disrespect. I'm not sure if JoJo, or if those mind games from JoJo ended up actually working out or not, but after game 5,